So packing for 4 months, 8 countries, and going from 40 degrees at the beginning of the trip to potentially minus 30 in Mongolia is proving to be not as easy or enjoyable as we thought. What do you reckon? Both packs are half full, and that's with our winter gear for the trek in Nepal and survival in Mongolia. And it's not heavy because it's jackets, they're quite lightweight, but it's just fills up the bags. So we're getting through it. We've got another day before we leave. Yeah. I've been having anxiety about losing my youngest son, Hunter, and haven't been sleeping well for a few weeks and keep having these radical dreams.
You can put him in a leash.
Putting him on a leash is one idea. I had this dream, for example, I had this dream last night where Hunter, we were all on ski lifts in the city in Jaipur in India, so no snow, going across the city by ski lift to go to the immigration office for some reason, and Remy, Ryder and I were all sitting on the same 3-person ski lift together, and for some reason Hunter, who I would never leave alone on a ski lift, ended up on his own, like 3 lifts, 3 chairs back from us. And being his energetic self, didn't sit down and kept on jumping from one side to the other. And at some stage in the dream, I lost sight of him and woke up where we arrived at the immigration office and Hunter was gone. And I've been having these crazy dreams like that where we kind of lose him. And a lot of people say to me about how they couldn't do this kind of travel that I do because they're not as brave as me. And I don't think it's about being brave or not, because I don't think there's any part of crossing Asia over 7-8 countries with a very, very small budget and 2 kids is not scary, or there's definitely elements of fear. But I think it's when you stop doing things like that because you're afraid that you hold yourself back. So I wouldn't say that I'm brave, I just would say that I'm not going to let fear get in the way of having an amazing experience and giving my kids a once-in-a-lifetime experience that people might find themselves not able to jump over the anxiety to then go and do. So I was talking with some friends this morning about different coping mechanisms. They're all single mums and they travel the world with their kids alone. And we all have pangs of anxiety. We're not super women. But one of the things I do is use the Wim Hof method, which is a combination of breathing and cold exposure. And at the moment, we're in Byron Bay, it's not that cold. I'll just jump in a cold shower, get it on my face, stay in there for 2 to 3 minutes. And that really helps just reset the brain. And when you're doing deep cold exposure, which we're going to try and do the Himalayas, it actually helps you overcome fear, because when you overcome the fear of the cold, basically any other fears in your life just seem comical. What is so funny about that, Remy? Do it, I'll edit it.
That's right.
So that's one method. Another method I think has been deep belly breathing. So there's the Wim Hof breathing, which is kind of like controlled hyperventilation. And then at night, if I'm having trouble sleeping, I've just been resting my hands on my belly and breathing long, deep through the nose, in and out of the belly. That helps a lot. And then I think finally it's just a matter of not allowing fear to control your life. So there's common sense, and I think there's a huge element of being a protective mum. It's our job to look after our kids and not doing radical crazy stuff, which I don't think going from India to Japan with no planes is that radical. There's women all over the world doing way more radical stuff than that, and not even by choice. But it's being able to trust my instincts and use common sense along the way. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. At the same time, I think my biggest fear right now is packing up all of these clothes that we're not going to take and not having too much weight in our rucksacks, and at the same time having what we need to not freeze in temperatures like minus 30 degrees in Mongolia. So voila, that's it for now. We'll come back to you when we have our shit together and we're getting ready to board the plane in less than 30 hours.
You see how I put the socks, babe? I'm not only a pretty face.
Ooh. Do that with mine?
No. Because you will say like, it's not good enough.
Babe.
What?
Sometimes I think you're just trying to sabotage my YouTube channel. Because you're actually like a really intelligent, inspiring person, but whenever that camera's on, you're just a dick.
Oh, I forgot that it was on.
Oh gosh. Sometimes I think I'm the luckiest girl on earth.
Look at that. Look at that. What do you think we should do it? You see how I put the socks, babe? I'm not on your pretty face.
Ooh. Do that
Oh.
with mine?
No. Because you will say like, it's not good enough.
Babe,
What?
sometimes I think you're just trying to sabotage my YouTube channel. Because you're actually like a really intelligent, inspiring person, but whenever that camera's on, you're just a dick.
Oh, I forgot that it was on.